Hello, hello. Alright. Looks like we're all set up. Alright. So we got the master level cap, a bump to 160. We got LB6 in the background looming over us. Now let's start Heian Kyou. I got my trusty bottle of water, because I'll be reading a lot. The Shadow Border is now docked at the Wandering Sea Port 1. All Kadea staffs, please disembark at your earliest convenience. Gordo, Holmes, Munir. Munir? We're back. We're finally back. Yes, Senpai. We've all made it back to the base safely. Indeed, we have. I scarcely recall the last time I was able to breathe a genuine sigh of relief. That aside, I didn't expect returning to the Wandering Sea to be so involved. First, we had to anchor the Storm Border out at sea. Then we had to change the Shadow Border to the Shadow Border to make our way here by diving underwater. I must say, any workshop you can only access from under the sea is a long ways from perfect in my book. Well done out there, everyone. I've been eagerly awaiting your return. Congratulations on your victory over the Atlantic Lostbelt. Not only did you succeed at your primary objective brilliantly, you even brought back a more fascinating souvenir than I could ever imagine. The battleship out there is simply fantabulous. Oh my! I didn't expect Sion to say fantabulous. The data you sent painted a truly spectacular picture, but now that I have seen it in person, your data hardly did it justice. While I can certainly understand how you feel, Miss Sion, I'm afraid I must ask you to postpone indulging your curiosity a bit longer. I believe you're already aware of the situation, and the next move we need to make. You had better believe it. Not to worry, our next mission is right up my alley as well. I see. My apologies. I should have known Atlas's resident child prodigy would have already have the matter well in hand. Mr. Drake, Director Goldov, Miss Curiolite, and Mr. M. May I suggest that we take this opportunity to roll up our sleeves and return to our respective positions. What the? How do you know my handle, Holmes? Don't tell me you're addicted to online games too. Haha. While I don't deny that I have my own vices, online games are not one of them, among them. Indeed, I still have very little experience when it comes to video games. Not only that, I have a small demonstration of my skill. That was just a small demonstration. While I may not have been my best at Olympus, I am still the world's foremost detective, you see. By virtue of my by virtue of my profession, revealing secrets that come as naturally to me as breathing does to you. You really are the worst, aren't you? Nope, not buying it. I think it's just more like a fetish than than it is anything to do with your job. Now. That's enough out of that, Aligo. His choice of topic aside, the point is Holmes has proven that his detective skills are still sharp. And I, for one, am most encouraged to see it. Administrative advisor. Just make sure you keep up your magnifying glasses away from my own private affairs. Anyway. It's wonderful to see everyone so relaxed again. I think we all started to feel feeling less tense on the way back from Olympus, and it looks like I was right. Yeah, we were under a ton of stress for a long time. And you know what, like, we stayed there for, what, like, a week? No. Maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks at the Atlantean Lostbelt total. Yeah. Under gods and warships. Then the climax. Oh god, the climax. Yeah. I can imagine how tense everyone must have felt. You're really not supposed to chit-chat on the dock, you know. Besides, the last I checked, you Chaldeans are supposed to be getting ready to tackle the next Lostbelt. For all we know, this could be the last time we get to come back to the base like this. Foreshadowing. So I encourage you to head back to your rooms and rest up for what's to come. Oh yes, you certainly don't have to tell me twice. I've been looking forward to putting my feet up on my fluffy bed and drifting off without having to worry about being woken up by an emergency alert for ages now. Oh yes. By the way, Captain, shouldn't my gorgeous director's office be done by now? Huh? What? Right. How could I forget? How's that coming along, Sion? Yes, of course, it is all done. However, as luck would just have it, I just began further renovations a few minutes ago, with the aim of making it even more gorgeous than before. He's still not getting his director's office. Damn it. In the meantime, Gordel, I would ask you that you continue to look forward to the office in your dreams. From the comfort of Storehouse 3 for the time being. I don't believe it. She clearly forgot all about me. But instead of admitting her mistake, she's chosen to power straight through it with a 1000-watt smile. So what about you and Da Vinci, Captain? I'm gonna head back right back to the Stormboater. It's still pretty unstable, even with all the renovations we made in Atlantis. I need to shore it up more so it can eventually operate even without my presence, or the Stormboarders for that matter. I see. So you're able to be replacing the virtual parts currently supported by the... I'm sorry, I can't spell. I'm gonna do my best. Aeronox Phantasm. I think that's how you say it. With real ones. It seems then that you have a great deal of welding ahead of you. Yeah. Once that's done, I have to replace the central control system with something that doesn't depend on the shadow border. So we stop piling more work onto Da Vinci. I take it everything's ready to go, Sion? You know it. I already finished moving your things out so you can focus all your energy on the construction. So what does that all mean exactly? It means that both Captain and Da Vinci will be staying on the storm border for the time being. In the meantime, the rest of us will remain here at Chaldea until to prepare for the next Lostbelt operation. Mr. Drake, your task will be training to further improve your master capabilities. Miss Kirlight, you'll be fine-tuning the Orthonax. And Miss Sion and I will begin investigating and analyzing the foreign god in earnest. You can do that? Only with the information we currently have, but yes. My first order of business will be to pursue the Anemosphere records we brought along from Chaldea's Antarctic base. These records should contain information on former Director Olga Marie, who has now returned in the form of the foreign god, and of her father, Sir Marisberry, the founder of Chaldea. In that sense, I suppose it will be an internal affairs investigation of sorts. As for Miss Sion, she will be... Say no more. You want me to observe and examine everything I can about the external side, the foreign god that now exists on our planet. You can do that? Now look, you surprised me so much that you surprised me so much I reacted in the same way Drake. So you did. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining to watch. At any rate, yes, I can indeed determine the foreign god's whereabouts now. In fact, I have already done so. All of is within Trimajestus II's analytical capabilities. You may think of them as being analogous to Sheba from the original Chaldea, if that helps. As we speak, the foreign god's signal has left the Atlantic Lostbelt and has moved to the South American one, where it is holding position. After I had Trimajestus II analyze the time-lapse footage, it concluded that it could not observe a future where the signal would leave South America while the world was in its current bleached state. Which means we can expect the foreign god to remain in South America for the time being. If she's not moving from the South American Lostbelt, then Kisteria's magecraft injured her so badly she can no longer move? That would be the most reasonable conclusion. I can think of no other reason for the foreign god to refrain from attacking us. Then, this is the perfect chance to strike back. If we go after her now, while she's still injured, then... Sorry, Gertie, but I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, hey guys. Hope you don't mind me jumping in remotely. That's right, it's me, Da Vinci. I'm currently examining the storm border along with the Nemo Marines. What? Hey, cut that out, Marine D. Those are my stakes, damn it. I swear, why are you guys always messing with me? Because we're both riders, which makes us rivals. And there's no way we're gonna let you win without a fight. Since you've got the land cover and we've got the sea, whoever ends up controlling the sky will win it all. That's why one of these days we're gonna have Captain Nemo fight you to see who gets to keep the storm border. Come on, Marines, winner takes all. Let's win this thing. Huh? What are you guys even talking about? Just ignore them, Da Vinci. More importantly, wasn't there something you wanted to tell us? Oh, right, I almost forgot. You know, Captain, it wouldn't kill you to keep these guys in line. Anyway, speaking in my capacity as technical advisor, I have to strongly advise against trying to attack the foreign god in South America right now. Even if she really is as badly injured as we're assuming, we'd still be no match for her. At least not yet. Based on what we observed in Olympus, the foreign god's spirit origin output is on the order of a third class. Wow. Okay, so we're fighting planets now. Great. In other words, she's the strongest being we've seen since Beast 1 Gadia and his second-class planet-level power. Oh god. Okay. Sorry, I had to drink some water. We just don't have anything powerful enough to destroy her. Something like that. Even if the Stormbirder were in perfect condition. So if we try going to South America right now, never mind beating her, just surviving would be a miracle. If anything, we should be grateful that things are at a stalemate right now. The strongest being we've seen since Cadia. That's saying something. And Godia wiped out humanity first. True, when we fought Gatia, we were only able to defeat him thanks to a number of extenuating circumstances. But what about the Black Barrel? Couldn't that do something against the foreign god, no matter the scale of her lifespan? As much as I would love to say that, my darling, Black Barrel is up to the task, I'm afraid I cannot. To begin, it is possible that the foreign god simply does not fit our perception of common sense. You see, Black Barrel can only measure the longevity of something understood by the creatures of Earth. We simply have no guarantee that the same rules apply to the foreign god. That said, I suppose it's at least possible to give it. That said, I suppose it is at least possible, given that we were able to communicate with him. But even then, I doubt the Black Barrel's accomplishments measure will be able to get a full read on the Foregon's lifespan. So not even the Black Barrel can. Interesting. And that Black Barrel took down Zeus and all the Olympic gods at their height. So that's very interesting. So we can't just shoot it with the Black Barrel. Oh, and why is that? Isn't the Black Barrel's designed precisely to turn those sorts of differences in capability on their heads? Well, think about it. The foreign god whipped up a gravitational field like it was nothing, remember? We are talking about a being capable of creating black holes. My engineering simply cannot compete. You all know that black holes, right? About black holes, right? They are basically pitfalls of pure darkness that suck up anything in their vicinity. I say pitfall, but in the metaphorical sense, there is no falling involved. They exert a gravitational force on anything within range. The reason they are called black holes is because not even light can escape their pull, which makes them as dark as it is physically possible to be. The speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second, and with that, and with our current understanding of the law of physics, we are unable to exceed it. So there is no way for anything I could engineer to escape, to keep up with an opponent that could toss out black holes with hardly any effort. Really? Granted, that gravitational field was quite the force to be reckoned with. Does that mean there's just nothing we can do against someone with black holes in their arsenal? No, that is not quite correct. I am not saying that the black holes are strong simply by virtue of their nature. In fact, decreasing gravity is actually very simple. All one has to do is compress mass and raise its density. For example, if we could compress Earth's mass to the size of a fingertip, it would become a black hole. So the mechanics behind a black hole's creation are clearly understood. We are simply lacking the engineering skill to create one. Even as we speak, new black holes are forming throughout the universe. They are the inevitable result of what happens when a large star reaches the end of its life cycle and collapses under its own weight. They are part of stellar life, and as such, they occur throughout the universe on a daily basis. In other words, the foreign god is using the same mechanisms as the cosmos itself. Which means even the very scales we employ must use completely different units of measurement than hers. Is that correct? I'm afraid so. The Black Barrel is designed for fighting life forms, regardless of how powerful those life forms may be. But unfortunately for us, humanity has yet to devise a calculation that is not only capable of measuring lifespan of celestial objects, but then using that measurement as a weapon. The only reason we'll be able to use it to defeat the gods of Olympus is because they were part of a theory that only worked in the Lostbelt. Put differently, because they were once a foundational factor of human history, then there's no way for us to use the Black Barrel to stop the foreign god, since its target own longevity is ammunition. Correct. Our battle with the foreign god will be determined solely by how much energy we are able to produce. So if our opponent is outputting as much energy as your average star, we will need to come up with a weapon that can match and exceed it. Easier said than done. I suggest we leave the topic for a later time. For the moment, stabilizing the storm border is our top priority. But even if we get the storm border in perfect working order, what good would it do if we don't have any useful weapons to bring to bear? Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. We don't have any. We do have some idea of where we might be able to find such a weapon, don't we, Da Vinci? Maybe. I mean, yeah, if you're only talking about where to look, that part's in the bag. But actually, getting our hands on it, that's a whole nother story. That's quite alright, Da Vinci. We'll have plenty of time to figure that out. In the meantime, there's something I'd like to ask you regarding Kadok Zemlupus. Is it true that he gave you something before you put him in the recovery pod? Oh, that. I'm surprised you know about that, Holmes. Who spilled the beans anyway? Oh, that'd be me. You're talking about that memory chip, right? I'm the one who told him about it, and about how it probably has the records of the cryptors' communications. Right you are, Minuer. That chip contains all sorts of communication logs between Kishtaria and the cryptors. I'm pretty sure Kadok copied them himself. Most of it was in the Atlantic Lostbelt, so it's all pretty useless now. There were two bits I found interesting though. Oh? And what were those? First, that the attack on our world began with the bleached earth phenomenon, not the trees of emptiness. And second, that the bleached earth phenomenon's point of origin was in North America, in Area 51. North America. Area 51. We may not have a great deal of information at this point, but nonetheless. Da Vinci, would you be so kind as to send over that data to me as well? Sure thing, knock yourself out. Alright, that's it. That's all from me for now. The storm bar isn't going to improve itself after all. Drake, Mash, I know things aren't easy right now, but try to not let them get you guys down, okay? Don't worry. You'll feel a lot less anxious once you've had a good rest and gone back into the swing of things with your training. I might not get to see you guys for a while, but the next time I do, I look forward to seeing how much you've grown. Da Vinci's already brought up everything I wish to, so there's not much left for me to say now. Now that the foreign god has arrived on Earth, the situation has changed dramatically. However, that does not mean we should panic. For the moment, the best thing we can do is keep our heads down and focus exclusively on what we should do. We should be able to affect. For myself, for homes. On the analysis. And I can't. Analysis team. There we go. That means stunning the enemy, coming up with a plan for the field team, namely Drake, Mash, and the Stormborders crew. That means equal parts of training and recuperation. No need to worry. According to Trimagistus 2's prognostications, the world should remain perfectly intact for at least another month. And as Atlantis Lostbelt's genius, Atlas reading is hard. And as the Atlas Institute's resident genius, that gives me more than enough time to come up with a plan guaranteed to succeed. So I encourage you to all kick back, relax, and enjoy the standby time as best as you can. And that was the prologue. Oh yeah, we get the peer prisms now. Sweet. And we get the ball of yarn and the sync words. Alright. 5th year of Kanko. Heian Kyou. The moon is watching. It's the dead of night. The time when humans lay fast asleep and wild beasts wait with bated breath. As the moon alone looks down upon the capital, reverberating with evil. This is Heian Kyou, the land of marvels. Like the British Isles, mystic creatures still roam the lands and peerless heroes hunt them down. It is in this nightmarish realm that myth still draws breaths. For example, Saiji, located on the southwest end of Heian Kyou's central area. It was rebuilt only recently after a fire burned it to the ground many years ago. And it is said that the Minister of the Left may have read a poem in its honor during its reopening ceremony. Speaking of the Minister of the Left, Fujiwara, he is one of the Emperor's most trusted aides. A striking figure in both body and deed, none embodies the capital's prosperity or authority better than him. As such, Saiji, with its close connection to him, is a place of miracles. Or at least, it should have been. Instead, it was a home of rage. It was home to malice. Indeed, as the moon looks down, a vicious monster, practically the embodiment of loathing, roams the sacred ground of this holy temple. Shut up. Just shut up already. Some great evil spirit threatened the Imperial Palace, and all of Heian Kyou you turned out to be. You're just another born old evil spirit that turned tail and ran at the sight of the 4 Heavenly Kings statues at Toji. Cheeky little punk. Stop it! Golden. With one swing of his blade, the battle was over before it began. In a flash, the supposedly great evil spirit's formless body was scattered to the 4 winds. Ha! Done and done. This is what it means to be a brave warrior, a Heian warrior. He is part of the last line of defense, keeping the people of the Far East Islands safe from the multitude of wicked creatures that threaten its peace. Nope, that wasn't it either. What am I missing? Things were never like this back when I was living on the mountain. What's wrong? What don't I got? Damn it. This just ain't gonna cut it. Guarding the city. That's hardly a task worthy of one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings. Damn it, at this rate, I'll never be able to be a master. A master, huh? There's something about that just doesn't sit right with me either. How'd you even make your peace with it, Brother Suna? The Horikawa. Main street of Ichijo Modori Bashi Bridge. You there, young lady. Yes, officer. What can I do for you at this hour of night? Officer. Huh. I suppose I can see why you would mistake me for one. But I am an officer no longer. But I am a warrior, a retainer of Setsu. Then, does that mean you're the famous sword fighter from the Genji family? I see you're well informed indeed, young lady. In that case, I trust you already know that the Minister of the Left has tasked the Genji family with defending the city from any who would threaten it. Yes, of course. None of us city residents would still be alive if it weren't for the warriors of Genji. Thank you very much for all you've done for us. If there's anything I can do to show my appreciation, O valiant warrior, you need but say the word. Very well then, in that case, I would like a dance. Did you say a dance? I did. The moon is rather clear tonight. I would like you to dance atop the bridge so I may watch you alongside the moon's reflection on the water surface. Do you still not understand what I mean? You would do well to peer into the water. Perhaps if you had not taken such undue pride in this transformation, Ibaraki, you might have noticed you forgot to change your shadow to match. You. How dare you, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you! You tricked me! You knew who I was before, and you tricked me into embarrassing myself. If this means you had me figured out from the start, then I'll kill you! You're dead, you hear me? Dead! Grr! I hate you so much! That's it. Tonight's the night I finally bite your head off, gouge your eyes out, skin you alive, and leave your mutilated corpse hanging for everyone on Suzaku Avenue to see. You hear me, Suna? Hey, look at me when I'm threatening you. You're supposed to tremble at my fangs, shudder at my claws, and beg for mercy at my feet. How dare you look at me and see someone else, Suna? Look at me, damn it. Why you? Ha 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 ha. My little Suna. Are you so terrified of me that you can't move? Good, that's more like it. Yes, that's right. I've grown stronger since that night, much stronger. I'm ruler of Mount Oe, Suna. In the time I spent with Shuten, I learned everything I needed to be. I learned everything I needed to know about being a better Oni. I'm just getting started. One of these days, I'm gonna lead every Oni in all of Japan. As the pair of Oni kings of Mount Oe, Shuten and I will descend from on high, wipe out you Genji, and devour every last person on the face of the earth. Mwahahahaha. Is that all you have to say, Ibaraki? Then it seems you have still yet to catch on. You're clearly a long ways off from rivaling Shuten as a leader of the Oni world. What's that supposed to mean? Neither your flames nor your claws came close to injuring me. For that matter, in case you hadn't noticed, I haven't even opened my eyes for a while now. You. Gah! How dare you make a mockery of me, you, human? Curse you, Suna! Ibaraki. Yeah. Okay. My arm. You cut off my right arm. Oh gods, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Damn you! You bastard! Suna! Huh? What do you think you're doing now? Why did you sheath your sword? Why did you sheath your sword? Why aren't you coming for my head next? Come at me again, damn it! Go on, I dare you. The next time you swing your sword at me, that's when I'll bite your head off. I mean it. It seems there is no servant to be found here, and you have yet to use a single support spell, even after I cut your arm off. So clearly, you are not a master. Huh? Masters? Servants? What are you talking about? You have no caster hating you. You are just a lone Oni, nothing more. As such, I have no further quarrel with you. I don't know what you're talking about, Suna. But you said I'm just a lone Oni, nothing more? I can't believe you tried to trick me with that kind of nonsense. I hate you even more now. A smokescreen made of fire. And then she hid. If nothing else, Ibaraki, you do get better at turning tail each time we meet. Next time, I'm gonna take my arm back, and then I'm gonna kill you. It'll be our last meeting. You have my word on that, Suna, my hated rival. Don't you dare forget it. So, she's returned to the mountain. Caster. Yes, master. Her magical energy was far beyond that of an ordinary human, but it also didn't belong to a servant. Perhaps she was a phantasma, or she's an Oni. Right, of course, you never had such creatures in the land you hail from. Ibaraki and I have something of a history, as you may have guessed. But never mind that now. For the time being, I shall hold on to this arm myself. Understood. So, that is what it feels to have one's senses enhanced with magecraft. Magnificent work, caster. As you can see, I remain without a scratch on, even facing off of an Oni. Don't be ridiculous, Swordsuna. All I did was cast a simple spell to temporarily enhance your senses. You're the one who evaded those fearsome attacks without any physical enhancements or protection from the claw or flame. And what's more, you did so entirely with your eyes closed. It was truly an incredible feat, even if I've ever seen one, Master. Hardly. Anyone who carries a sword could, well, maybe not. But I will say that any warriors at the top of their art, that is, any one of Raiko's 4 heavenly keys, could do as much. Or, at least they should. Alright, my caster, let us be off. We have more quarry we must find tonight. Yes, Master, understood. Singularity? We got a singularity on our hands? But, as I mentioned that many times, I'm very much a layman when it comes to singularities. Plus, I really don't want to get involved with them as if at all possible. So while usually I would be sitting back, enjoying an elegant cup of tea back in my gorgeous director's office, currently still under construction. The circumstances apparently being what they are, I decide to at least put in a brief appearance here. In regards to the singularity itself, I'll let my technical and administrative advisors handle the briefing. Alright, technical advisor, have at it. I'll be watching over the proceedings from a safe, supervisory distance. Thanks, Gordy. I'll take it from here. Fo! Aw, is that your way of welcoming me, Fo? Thanks. Alright, Drake, Matt, and Mash, ready to get this briefing started? Ready. I'm good to go. Now, don't be hasty. So, this is the latest singularity. This latest singularity was first observed about 30 minutes ago. Of course, with Earth currently bleached clean of human history, the only kinds of singularities that can occur now are minute ones. Or, so we thought. So you remember what Seance told us about minute singularities, right? Basically, the worst that can happen with an unrepaired minute singularity is that it causes a few minor problems when Earth is restored to normal. But that's not the case here. This is the real deal. A genuine full-blown capital S singularity. A real singularity? You mean like the original 7 singularities? Foe? Precisely. Which means this singularity represents a grave threat to humanity, even with Earth in its current bleached state. The fact that this singularity has appeared as a blot and black stagnation even on this empty Earth suggests that its influence are far-reaching indeed. This is the unfortunate conclusion Trimagistus 2 has reached. Black stagnation. Yep, black stagnation. How can I put this? It's basically a giant sunspot. Like a giant sunspot. That's the kind of stagnation we're talking about. But didn't the genius of the Atlas Institute say we at least had a month? An excellent point, which is why I think you should hear what she has to say for herself. Go ahead, Sion. I'm so sorry. Please just forget everything I said about the world remaining intact for a month. The thing about singularities is the only people who can predict them are the ones who cause them. That is why even Gotia ended up being undone by them. They are like insects eating holes in your map before you are even aware of their existence. Anyway, there you have it. I will let the singularity professors take it from here. Good luck fixing this one and restoring humanity. Makes sense now, Drake. So, your mission this time is to investigate and eliminate the dark spot on human history. The singularity is located in Japan during the Heian period in the 5th year of Kanko, or 1008 by the Gregorian calendar, the early 11th century. More specifically, it's located in the city we now call Kyoto. Though, at the time, it was commonly referred to as Kyo or Miyako, meaning the capital. Kyofo. Perhaps it would be easiest to simply refer to as Heian Kyou, as in Heian period Kyoto. Heian, that's the period Raiko Kitoki, Shuten Doji, Ibaraki Doji, Murasaki Shikabu, and Sei Shonagon all come from. Now that's golden! Did somebody say Heian Kyou and the 5th year of Kanko no less? Now you're really golden, speaking my language. That time's right around when us Genji warriors were in our prime. And as I recall, that was just before our big Oni cleanup operation. Which means you can expect to see yours truly. So you better believe me and Boss Raiko are gonna be all over this. Well, I know Raiko's kind of busy getting things ready now, but I'm sure she'd be running in a flash if you gave the word, Master. Kintoki means golden time, right? Then this is really your time to shine. Hell yeah. That's true. You almost surely would know this Heian Kyou place better than anyone. And if we can meet up with your historical counterpart, I bet you'd be perfect for getting him to cooperate with us and share what he knows. So I agree that having you would come along would be ideal if it were possible. What's the matter, short stuff? Why the long face? Well, the thing is... Hello everyone, long time no see. Danzo and Fuma Kotaro, at your service. Kato Danzo, likewise. Ah, where'd you come from? Oh, boy. What is this? What is it with ninja service always popping up where you least expect them? Sure, I might be able to handle the surprise thanks to the nerves of steel cultivated during a lifetime of racing. But you could have easily caused St. Michael here to die of shock. Tub's not even sticking to the food thief anymore. I'm so sorry, Director Golden. I promise to be more careful from now on. Good. But, only within reason, of course. I am aware you ninjas are all about stealth, after all. Master, Lord Kintoki, Lord Godolph, other distinguished guests. Will you please hear what we have to say? Of course we will. Thank you, Master. You see, Lady Danzo and I sensed something was wrong at almost exactly the same time. 30 minutes ago. The same time that the singularity appeared. Right. Both Lady Danzo and I were momentarily overcome by the exact same sensation. A sensation like hearing a squirming insect, which we think is genetically connected to Limbo, the alter ego. Fo. Limbo, huh? I've heard the stories about him too, Master. And it sure as hell sounds like he's one of the most golden, ungolden bastards ever. He's basically shows up out of nowhere and tries to pull some seriously ungolden shit on you guys all the time, right? From what I've heard, it sounds like he's a dead ringer for Douman. Of course, I can't say for sure if he's the same Douman I knew. But I do know for sure that he was hanging out in Kyou right around the year 1008. That said, I get the feeling that he didn't start competing with Abe no Semi, or going down a seriously deranged path until later on. A little later. Limbo is truly a wicked creature, and yet I get a strong sense that he and I are entwined by threads of fate. I feel the same. That what's more, when I heard you mention Heian Kyou, that feeling only grew stronger. So please, Master, let us come with you on this journey, so that we may cut the threads of fate that bind us to him once and for all. Fate. Well, I can certainly understand how you must feel, but I'm afraid we can't make the call on that alone. What do you say, technical advisor? Sending contracted hero spirits along on a race ship may work for pseudo-singularities and minute ones, but were you ever able to send them to a real singularity that easily? Because as far as I recall, you can only race shift 2 people at most. Well, of course, being able to race shift contracted hero spirits from our time would be a huge advantage on any mission. But, as our director so rightly pointed out, we're usually not able to have contracted heroic spirits tag along. Huh? While have been servants with extremely rare skills that let them race shift into singularities on their own, for the most part, it just isn't possible. Since most heroic spirits can't race shift on their own, their only choice is to sync up with Master. As for how we determine whether even that's a possibility, it all comes down to a singularity's essence. By which I mean how harshly it treats its elements that didn't originally exist in that history. To put it another way, how many gaps it has through which foreign element might slip in. For example, if a singularity were to occur at a crucial point in human history, there would be almost no room to bend the rules regarding what sort of outside elements were allowed. But a minute singularity restrictions aren't nearly so well restricted, which means there's room to fudge things, presumably allowing us to race shift constructed holy spirits alongside Master. The same mostly holds true for pseudo-singularities too. We've seen some cases where heroic spirits were able to race shift along thanks to their bonds, temperament, traits, or other unique characteristics. For example, with the Argath incident, Astolfo and Daon had no problem tagging along. In Salem, we managed to send Robin Hood, Sanson, and Matahari. With the Shinjuku case, we could have technically sent a few servants along, but they ended up being unable to race shift there thanks to a certain professor's interference. Alright, so what's the deal with this one? Can we go along or not? I'm afraid it would be really challenging for this singularity. Well, I say challenging, but it's really more like impossible. As far as I can tell, from the numbers I've got from this paper moon, there are no servants who can accompany Drake on. This is the Storm Border Command Room calling from our anchor point. Do you read me, Da Vinci? We've been following along remotely, so don't worry about catching me up. Sion's actually touching the paper moon right now, and she says she has some new information about your current topic. Go ahead, Sion. She's here flapping her gums like a guppy. Like a guppy, I admit that is a very cute expression, but you are aware that I do not have gills, right? Oh right, the report. I was inspecting the paper moon and heard your discussion of heroic spirits and the probability of racial. So out of sheer curiosity, I decided to try running some new numbers, and the results were interesting. Interesting you say? Oh yes, very interesting. It is not a result I would never have expected to get on a first try. It is almost as though someone is extending an invitation for the relevant parties to come along. Look, that says, what is she talking about? Huh. Look, that says, how the hell should I know? Foe, special translation, is it bacon time yet? Ah, it is so wonderful to see you guys acting in solidarity. It makes you all seem more dependable than ever. But now is not the time for heartwarming scenes. No, definitely not. So I will jump straight to the point. The good news is I happen to observe two spirit origins that should have no trouble whatsoever race shifting direct to the singularity. The assassins Fuma Kataro and Kato Danzo. The bad news is those are the only two. The rest of the Heian servants, including Kintoki, are a no-go. As are servants from the other regions and time periods. Gotcha. Lord Kintoki. Nah, don't worry about it. It is what it is, right? The only thing that matters is that you two keep Boss safe. Between you two and Mash, he'll have a golden shield and spears at his command. Make sure you do the rest of us proud out there. Alright? I'm counting on you, Evil Wind and Black Kite. Understood. That's where it says and puppet, no? Right. And as for the rest of us, well, you better believe we'll show up to help fight battles and stuff. I've also got some golden advice I want to impart on you before you head out. If you're headed for the 5th year Kanko era Heian Kyou, then yours truly, well actually, a few of our living selves are sure to be there somewhere. So make damn sure you find us no matter what. And if you can just track us down and explain the whole singularity deal to our living selves, well, I can at least promise that Raiko and me are sure to believe you. Protecting the human world's the Genji's clan's sworn duty after all. And Raiko's in particular do anything to keep people safe. Even if that means she's gotta swallow what's gonna sound like a whole bunch of nonsense. Alright, that's all I got. Sorry I couldn't be more help. Good luck, boss. I'll be golden rooting for you. I'll do my golden best. Now that's what I'm talking about. Golden. Foe! Foe. I see. You're ready to go too, Foe. I'm not letting the little furball tag along on yet another mission. It's staying right here this time. Think about it. What if it gets lost or left behind at this latest race ship destination? It could end up single-handedly ruining Japan's natural ecosystems. Foe? Wow. What is it, Furball? You have something to say to me? Administrative advisor, technical advisor, I'll take care of this brood with no sense of self-preservation. In the meantime, go ahead and brief the field team on the specifics of the operation. Rah! Follow! Alright, let's get to it, shall we? Drake, Nishikirlai, Fuma Kotaro, Kato Danzo. Your mission is to investigate and repair the singularity in Heian Kyou in the year 1008. That's the long and short of it. It'll be basically business as usual. Find the Holy Grail that's caused the singularity and bring it back home. And like Kintoki said earlier, he and Raiko's living cells should be there. So do everything you can to make contact with them, as they're sure to be a huge help. Oh, and one more thing. In regards to this particular Holy Grail's whereabouts, we actually have something of a hint this time. Limbo. Based on what we know about him, there's every possibility that he's managed to procure a Holy Grail and spawn the singularity using methods that we could never predict. Limbo, the alter ego. Every now and then, you come across people who will give up everything if it means causing as much destruction as possible. These kinds of people leech the life from everything around them. They refuse to see the worth of it in anything, themselves included, and stick solely to hurting and killing. So be careful, because I suspect that the kind of threat Limbo might be too. And we can't afford to let him slow us down when we've still got the whole bleached earth to restore. But I won't let my guard down for a moment. That's what I like to hear. It's time to settle the score with Limbo once and for all. Excellent. In the meantime, we'll continue to work on stabilizing the storm border with real-world materials. I'm afraid we are still woefully unprepared to send you on your way. In fact, you are almost certainly walking into a trap. But, all the same, this is not a problem we can run from. For the time being, it seems unlikely that the foreign god will move from South America, and Limbo appears to be the only external force behind this latest singularity. Which means that right now, he is operating independently. And so, trap or not, we can't afford to miss this chance when we know he will be without reinforcements. Ideally, I would love to interrogate him, to extract every iota of information he knows about the foreign god, but I cannot imagine he would willingly comply with any demand we might make. At any rate, remember this, your primary mission for this spaceship is not only to repair the singularity, it is also to eliminate a key figure of the foreign god's forces, before the foreign god herself intervenes. Understood. You can count on me, sir. Alright, all hands, prepare for race shift. I want all Nova Chaldea on standby ready to help out as needed. Your destination is the southwest district of Heian Kyou. We'll initiate the race shift in 15 minutes. That is all. Got it. Come on, Ash. Right, senpai. Foe! Foe! I don't like how it flashes between A and E-. I like this track. It's been a while since I heard Heian Kyou. Hey. Are we fighting boars this time? What is this place? Did the race shift work? Kotaro, Danzo! Yes, Master. It is I, Danzo. I have scanned our surroundings and can confirm that our race shift to the Heian period capital was successful. However, in regards to Lady Mash and Lord Kotaro, I cannot see them anywhere. Nor can I sense their magical energy signals. I also cannot find any signs of their presence, such as footprints in Lady Mash's case or shinobi ciphers in Lord Kotaro's. This is truly baffling. According to my pre-installed map data, I can confirm we are in an uninhabited area of Heian Kyou's southwest district. However, given Lady Mash and Lord Kotaro's absence, and the fact that I am unable to contact Novum Chaldea, I am forced to conclude that you and I are the only ones who arrived at our destination successfully. This might be Limbo's doing. Yes, it may well be. Master, as a countermeasure against interference in the race shift, we are employing presence concealment. Lady Da Vinci came up with the idea using the interference data collected from the Shinjuku pseudo singularity. Sabers could use magic resistance, casters could use territory creation, and so on for each class. Naturally, both Lord Kotaro and I used the skills we were directed to during this race shift. But just before the race shift ended, I felt an odd disturbance in my magical energy, almost as though I had run into a bounded field. That must be what interfere with Mash's and Kotaro's race shift. Yes, I believe so. As a matter of fact, I happened to sense Lord Kotaro's magical energy, though only for a moment. This is only speculation on my part, but I think Lord Kotaro must have acted as a decoy to draw the enemy's attention. If that's true, I can only assume that he wanted you to have at least one servant by your side, rather than none. I see, so he sent you on ahead to help. I believe so, yes. A painful reminder that there are areas where my skills are left wanting. Lord Kotaro, on the other hand, is a true shinobi. At any rate, let us take stock of our situation, Master. It seems clear that you and I are the only members of our party to successfully reach our destination. At present, Lady Mash and Lord Kotaro's whereabouts remain unknown. The race shift interference could have sent them both back to Novum Chaldea, or they could have each arrived in different locations somewhere in Heian Kyou. Let's start by doing what we can. We'll keep an eye out for Mash and Kotaro, and locals for who can help us. Understood. Then let us get moving and begin our search for our teammates. Oh, and we should also try to find a local who can help us, such as Lady Raiko. As for the comms interference, our situation will vary depending on the type of bounded field the enemy is using. If I can just find the bounded field's edge, then, or perhaps a seam, I should be able to re-establish contact. In the meantime, we may as well get going. Yes, Master. Wait, just a moment. I'm detecting something in those shadows. No, multiple somethings. and I expect they each contain a great deal of magical energy. So I would urge you to slowly, carefully, get behind me. Please. I was too careless. How did I fail to notice these writings sooner? They must be assassins with present concealment, or monsters that are exceptionally skilled at hiding. Master, get behind me, now! Oh shit, the Onigumo. Get ready to fight, Danzo. Understood. Whatever these creatures are, they are clearly hostile. Initiating combat routines, unlocking mechanical ninja arts. Since I cannot accurately ascertain their strength, I see no reason to hold back. I shall therefore employ every ninja tool in my possession. Now, let us begin. Alright, since we... I would use Tomoe. There we go. Oh, whoa. They're chunky.
熱を帯びなさい。丸みアドワーズ早立てです。カレーよりコンフィグ調整以降持つ承知。いざ出陣 VR 新影流奥義巴が吹く太陽剣当然とはいえ嬉しいものですね。皆さんのおかげです。
It feels so good to look at that big bond energy. You fell for my decoy. Fuma missile. A mass of black blades. Master! This is nothing. Alright, foul spider monsters, try this on for size. Evil Wind Death Storm! Are you alright, Master? What about you? You're obviously hurt. Oh no, this is not a problem. As you can see, my self-repair function remains intact. I will be fine. There's nothing to worry about, since my spirit core remains undamaged. Rest assured, I'm not about to fail now. If Lady Mash and Lord Kotaro are not here, then it falls to me to keep you just as safe as they would. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you're alright. Thank you, Master. But I assure you, this is not sufficient to harm any shinobi. Not all that aside, these creatures we encountered were truly terrifying opponents. I do not have many records of these large spider creatures in my database, nor do I remember seeing them myself during the Age of War. It is as though they're demonic beasts straight from the Age of Gods. Or at least, that is the closest thing they remind me of from the many opponents I have fought in the simulator. I can't believe those things are just a fact of life in Heian period Japan. Agreed. Lady Da Vinci has told me that Japan was home to many ancient mystics. Even during the Age of War, I remember seeing Oni and monsters. But even so, I never would have expected such ferocious beasts to be wandering around a city only a few hundred years earlier. If this is any indication of the current state of affairs, this land may be far more nightmarish than we had dared to imagine. Truth be told, I'm still reeling from the shock. I guess the local warriors must be pretty strong then. Indeed. I only hope we can win one over to our side, soon. Such an ally would be a great boon. But on the chance they proved foe rather than friend, I will do whatever I must to protect Master, even if it should cost me my life. Danzo? Never mind. It is not important. No matter the opponents we face, my duty remains the same. I must keep Master safe. That is all that matters. Assassinate Saber. Assassinate Saber. Alright, Master. I have recorded all the information I can about the creatures we faced earlier. While they do use a skill similar in nature to presence concealment, it is more akin to camouflage than the true concealment employed by an assassin. So long as I make full use of my sensors, I should be able to boost my detection rate by a far greater degree than usual. Boomer scan, Katakurai style. There, those creatures will no longer take us by surprise. Wow, you puppet Konoichi are amazing. Thank you, Master. At any rate, there you have it. If any more spiders should try to approach us, I will know about it. That said, Master, if we're somehow in the old capital, and this place is truly as deserted as it appears, then we should make haste and leave before any other deadly creatures show their faces. Good point. Let's find somewhere safe. Then come, this way. Master, forgive me for speaking to you from out of sight. I've detected a new creature not far ahead. But worry not. I shall deal with it. In the meantime, please go around the creature and make your way towards the nearby road. I will give the creature the slip once you've made it there. If we are lucky, there may be even an officer or two on patrol. Alright. I shall see you later. Wait. Yes, Master? It's too risky to fight it all. We're better off sticking together. But, Master, that will put you in. Right. Understood. Forgive me, Master. I should have known better. That is just the kind of person you are, isn't it? Very well. Then I will gladly fight by your side. I feel a twinge of shame using my more underhanded shinobi techniques in front of one as noble as you. But if that is the price I must pay to fight by your side, then so be it. Here it comes. Get ready. Understood. And of course they have the Douman seal.
My name is Musashi Miyamoto! 撃てマルミアドバージこちらです。運命をかけた戦いであれば熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドはチャンバラ上等ガンナックは兵法無尽お見せしましょう。ヒュー圧倒します。剣圧にて海を立つ櫓のごときクジラの大入道ご剣断いざ魔剣破り受けたまわるせいトラーそこです。下がっているように輝き先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。
Yeah, mirror. It's over. Take this. Wow. Oh, sorry. You know, I think I've seen something like that thing before. You have? While I have no recollection of the events of Shimosa myself, I did view them in Chaldea's database. And that creature we just faced just now does bear a great resemblance to those dark armored warriors from then. I can't be certain, but I bet Limbo's involved here. Yes, Master. I was thinking the same thing. Oh? But, never mind that now. For the moment, we need to get to the road as soon as possible. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, more exactly, my Kyou circuits are picking up a faint. I knew it. This one matched one of my records. This manner of camouflage, whilst manipulating the very earth itself. Master! Another giant spider. No. How could I be so careless? Danzo! She's injured, and a double fall, and all to stop me from getting hurt. Please run for it, Master. I'll hold it off. You must make it to the road, quickly. I'm not gonna let this thing kill me, I promise. Master, help me. Here in this nightmarish realm of Heian Kyou, it would be not at all out of the ordinary for a hapless young man defending his companion to be eaten alive by a vicious monster, especially here in the far outskirts of Kyou, where giant spiders known as Tsuchigumo prowl the land. These horrific beasts are truly the embodiment of evil that is gruesome, all that is gruesome and wicked, of the cries of creatures that do not follow the rule of the Emperor. Indeed, any ordinary person facing one of these creatures could usually expect to meet a swift and horrible end, shredded and devoured all at once. But what if, while that person was under attack, a Genji warrior were to pass by? Well, well. I'm impressed you didn't abandon your companion to try and save your own skin. Not bad. Not bad at all. Still, you have rotten luck crossing paths with the Tsuchigumo. Are you the child of one of the nearby warrior families? Or perhaps a relative of some court noble? Stay back. It's not safe to face this creature alone. Please seek help. Help? You want me to call on for help? Me? Ask for help? That's the funniest thing that I've heard in ages. Why are you standing around? Run! That's enough out of you, Spider. Did he just cut it in two? But my sensors didn't even see him move. Please tell us, who are you? So, as terrifying as Tsuchigumo must be for you, you still faced it rather than collapsing in fear. And above all, your eyes still shine with life. You dress in a manner unlike anyone else from this land. Your supplies look as if they are not of this world. And you two are clearly share a strong bond. I can even sense an unusual type of magical energy from you both. Yes, there is no mistaking. You are a servant and a master, are you not? Huh? Who are you? You wish to know my name? Very well, I can tell you that much. I am the head of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings, guardians of the capital. I am the warrior of Genji entrusted with our most prized sword, the Higekiri. Escorting special agent, Watanabe no Suna. This fight's not gonna be fun. Oh. Okay. I need to hit him hard and fast. I don't have Suna, so I have to go with feeling. Let's try that. I am the head of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings, guardians of the capital. I am the warrior of Genji, entrusted with our most prized sword, the Higekiri. Escorting special agent Watanabe no Suna, one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings, just like in Kintoki. Indeed, an unparalleled slayer of beasts. So then, that magnificent blade he carries must be the Onikiri Yasusuna from the Hoki province. The question now is he friend or foe? He may have slain the beast that was threatening our lives. But something inside me, something that is not a part of my circuitry, is screaming at me not to let my guard down. cannot ignore this feeling. I must be prepared to fight at a moment's notice in order to keep Master safe. Caster. Yes, Lord Sunu. Medea? You were right, Master. We are facing a servant. I'm certain of it. I see. Well, that is a cruel twist of fate. Forgive me, foreign boy. Despite having just saved your life. I have now no choice but to take it, in accordance with the rules of the Imperial Holy Grail War. For Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga's word is as absolute as edicts from the heavens themselves. Fujiwara no Michinaga? Now, face me, Caster. Caster? Master, get behind me, now! Well, well. So you have chosen to get between me and my target. Your peculiar emotions are surprisingly quick. His sword strokes are too fast for me to follow. And what's more, they are frighteningly strong. I can feel my limbs groaning under the strain. Even as a servant, I am no match for his mastery of the blade. So this is the head of Raika's 4 heavenly kings. But why would one of Raika's 4 heavenly kings attack us? Why is the servant accompanying him? I don't know, but right now, with neither Lady Mash nor Lord Kotaro here to help, it falls to me to keep Master safe, no matter what. Okay, my say is stronger than it was when I faced.
決めたよ。お前は我が城の影に溶けるしかなかろう。
Save that for later.
これやばくない？どれにしようかな。こういうこともできる。古きルール。古きルール。Put your hands up. 命令とも。
Oh, I gotta remember for next time to change her.
春はあけぼの、夏は夜。なべてこの世は糸を起こし。エモーショナルエンジン、フルドライブ。かぼし、融術、弱い星。
Danzo! I'm alright. Please be careful, Lord Sunu. There's no telling what sort of tricks the servant may have up their sleeves. Thank you, Caster. That aside, I assumed you were a warrior from a far-off land I know nothing about, and yet you are surprisingly weak. Or are you merely holding back so as not to injure or kill me? Ha! If that was the case, you must take me for a fool. He's so strong. Even as a servant, I cannot see a way to defeat him. Despite being a flesh and blood human with a servant of his own at his command, he has still chosen to fight this battle almost certainly entirely on his own. Even though the heroic spirit accompanying him and could easily block all manners of non-mystical physical attacks, he relies on her for nothing but support. So this is how a Heian warrior fights. We have no reason to fight you, but you do not seem to feel the same. Don't be ridiculous. As masters, there is only one path open to us. As per Lord Fujiwara's decree, the city of Kyou is now the field upon which we must do battle. There is nothing more to say. Sora, he truly means to kill us. There does not seem to be anything that I can say that would stop him, which means there's only one option left. That will not be an easy one. Here I come. We hope to see another day. We'll just have to run for it. Forgive me. Master! Come on. Master, over here. This smoke may be poisonous. Hold on. I'm going to cast a spell that will neutralize it and let you breathe more easy. Don't bother. This is only an ordinary smoke screen, not a poisonous one. Lord Suna, stop. It's not safe. Don't you get it, Caster? That warrior was clearly trying to keep the boy safe. And she could not possibly do that if the gas were poisonous. From the sound of it, they've already covered a great deal of ground. Shall we go after them? Of course. Come on, let's go. My apologies, Master, but this is an emergency. I hope you can forgive me for carrying you in my arms while we make our escape. Ordinarily, I would do so by leaping great distances rather than running. But I'm afraid my body is still not functioning at optimum levels. It's okay, I can run by myself. Do not worry about me. A few scratches like this are not. I am so sorry. It seems my long distance running and 1,000 li per second traversal mechanisms were more damaged than I realized. I suppose I should have expected no less from the famed Watanabe no Suna. Here, Danzo, lean on me. Let's try to put as much distance we can between him and us. Alright, Master. Thank you. Master. It won't be long before Watanabe no Suna catches up with us. When he does, I want you to let me make amends for this horrific failure. I will do whatever it takes to delay him and give you an opportunity to escape, even if it should cost me my life. So I want you to hold on to onto my right arm. Its mechanisms may be silent now, but it contains a communication device with greater range and fidelity than yours. If you use it to contact Chaldea, I'm not leaving you behind. Master, don't forget, I still have all 3 of my command spells. Master. Hey, you two. Hey, you two got a moment? What? So, I had a little too much to drink tonight, so I decided to take a walk and get some night air. And the next thing I know, I wake up sprawled out in some back alley. So then I heard you two whispering, and the lady here sounded real worried about something. Maybe not on the verge of tears or anything, but whatever's on your mind, lady. It seems pretty serious. You in trouble or something? Yeah. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Not gonna lie, I could be pretty dense. So if you don't want to deal with that, just let me know and I'll get out of your hair. But if I ain't got it all mixed up, and you really do need help, all you gotta do is ask. One word, and I'll hop to and bail you out. Whatever it is that's bothering you, I'll take care of it. I sure ain't about to make injured villagers fend for themselves. So how about it? You two on the run from monsters or bandits or something? Where's your house? Is it close by? Golden hair. Are you perhaps golden? Huh? What are you talking about? Golden? Golden. Nah, that ain't right. Wait, it is. Golden. That's it. I like the sound of that. Something about that word just sounds... Yeah. Awesome. Golden. I love it. Oh, wait. Oh, man. I didn't realize how badly injured you were. What happened to you guys? Did you run into a Tsuchigumo or something? Oh, well, close. A Tsuchigumo did attack them. It is not what inflicted those wounds. I did, just a graze with the Hirigiri. Watanabe no Suna. Curses, he already caught up to us. Huh? So that's how it is. Interesting. Kintoki. Move aside, you're in my way. My business here is with that woman and boy, not you. That right? Kintoki. I don't know if you noticed, Brother Suno, but it's the middle of the night. I know I couldn't live myself if I didn't make sure these two got home safe. So that's just what I was about to do. Whatever business you got with him, can't wait. Got it? Or Kintoki. He really does mean to protect us. Even though we have yet to tell him a single thing about ourselves. He made his decision in an instant, without any hesitation. So this is Lord Sakata, Kintoki of Ashigara. One of Raiku's 4 heavenly kings. Stand down, Kintoki. I would prefer to avoid anything that might cause Lady Raikou grief. Ha! Big talk, even for the head of the 4 heavenly kings. Kintoki. You know I got nothing but respect for you, Brother Suna. But that doesn't mean anything you say goes. Now why don't you fill me in, cause I don't get it. Granted, since I came down from Mount Ashigara, there's been a whole lot of things that were clear as mud to me. But no matter how hard I try, I can't understand why the undisputed strongest Heian warrior will be going after women and children. I shouldn't be even telling you this, Brother Suna. But we're supposed to keep women and children safe, not cut their heads. I see, you do make a good point. However, neither of them is young enough that I would call them children. That's really what you think, Brother Suna? Cause it sure don't look that way to me. That boy with the black hair is definitely still just a kid. Most kids his age probably be bawling their eyes if they were lost in the middle of the night. But not this kid. He's holding his back his tears and refusing to give in to his fears as he looks for a way home. He might be lost, but he's still got guts. At least that's the feeling I get from him. How about you, brother? You sure you don't feel the same? I'm glad to see nothing ever gets you down, Kintoki. But the Imperial Holy Grail War requires that I do this. Now stand aside. Imperial Holy Grail War? No. I said stand back. And I said no. Then you leave me no choice. Bring it on, you bastard!
愛そうか殺そうかどれにしようかな古きルールこういうこともできるこういうこともできる
かっこいいとこ見せちゃう
命令と
チキラウ春はあけぼの夏は夜なべてこの世は糸を起こしエモーショナルエンジンフルドライブ
ささやか
かぼし融術弱い橋
殺す甘い
どうよ きしき大式力をおっけまるキラキラしきものときめくもの身は朽ちるとも永遠にあり永遠無休エモーショナルエンジンフルドライブ
逃げる。悪く思うな。
何か
Okay.
踏んでしまったかな。
Never mind the Shikigami skeletons, Caster. They're only getting in my way. They're dragging to the warriors. But anyway, if I do that, don't bother. They won't be of any help against the Kintoki. Hurrah! Ha, well that's something. Never would have thought a lone wolf like you would send a bunch of skeletons to do his dirty work. Not that they're gonna be of much help against... Whoa! Phew, that was close. Well, well. Not as so much as a scratch that even after taking a direct blow from Kitty Kitty, I knew you had time. Ha! Damn. I can see why Lord Kintoki was one of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings. Even up against a warrior as strong as Lord Tsuna, he refuses to back down. However, Lord Tsuna is still... Fun though it is to spar with you, Kintoki. I'm not about to spend all night easily fighting one of my fellow 4 Heavenly Kings. Especially since you are not a master yourself. Ha! Gah! Since there are 2 casters present here, I only need to bring 1 head as proof. Lord Tsuna's sights are not set on Kintoki. And they are not currently set on me either. So then, we must be after. Master! Oh crap. Danzo, change into your spirit form! Understood. What? Huh? Did she just disappear? No, it is not that. The boy told her to use her spirit form, which means, what's my... Caster! Yes, Lord Tsuna, she is definitely a servant. So you meant the puppet, rather than the boy. I see. So I've not been tricked so much that I was simply ignorant. I'm so sorry, I should have been more specific. You're right, the servant signal came from the woman with the long black hair who just vanished. Not that boy with the black hair. I see. Also, while we're on the subject, I don't think that woman is a caster. Given the way she carried herself, I bet she was an assassin. What? You mean there are other kinds of servants besides casters? Lord Tsuna. No, it's alright. I shouldn't have been so quick to jump to conclusions. I just assumed the boy was a caster based on his highly unusual clothing and the fact that I thought I saw him use some form of sorcery. It just goes to show that I have too much to learn. Kintoki. I don't get it. How the hell did that injured lady disappear like that? Oh, sorry brother, what's up? Since there don't seem to be any casters here whose heads I can take, I will step aside for now. Go ahead and take that boy wherever you like. But know this, the next time we meet, I will have you show me your left hand. And if by chance I should happen to see those glowing red marks upon it. Yeah? What are you gonna do, brother? Put you to the sword, of course. Ha, so you're finally gonna come at me without holding anything back, huh? Well, that'll be something. In that case, Brother Tsuna, I can't wait to see what you've got. Let's go, caster. Right. Whew, he is gone now, right? He sure is. I knew it. Man, that was nuts going up against Suna's crazy skills. Even if he was holding back. But you guys did that and managed to make it not just with your heads still attached, but all your limbs too. That's the sort of thing people be talking about for ages if they'd seen it. You ought to be proud. I knew I could count on you. I knew I could count on you in the hand period too, Kintoki. Huh? You were the one of those morphing heroes. Morph? Ah, where'd you come from? Man, so you can just disappear and reappear out of nowhere, huh? What Lord Drake here is trying to say, Lord Sakata Kintoki, is that you are a good person who always tries to do the right thing. Oh? Someone who always tries to do the right thing, huh? Me? You think? Cause I don't got any idea of what's right and what's wrong. Hell, if you do, I'd love it if you told me. Far as I'm concerned, I was just helping out a kid who lost his way. I wasn't thinking about it any deeper. Man, city life's complicated, huh? Especially now with the Imperial Holy Grail War going on.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay, no new materials, good.
おかしなもんだ。散々着慣れた装束だが、今なんだか気恥ずかしいや。
我ながらいい調整だ。惚れ惚れしちゃう。
I guess we'll finish this chapter and we'll call it a night. A chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. This astounding ritual devised by the great Lord Abe no Seme is without peer in all of history. Its name is the Imperial Holy Grail War. By your grace, O Fujiwara no Michinaga, Minister of the Left, with my own Onmyo techniques, and the assistance of the Onmyo Bureau, this ritual can begin today. 7 caster heroic spirits will be summoned here from distant lands, where 7 of our city's fiercest warriors shall be chosen as these casters' masters. All you have to do, Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga, is promise the servant and master pair. To emerge victorious will be showered with riches and granted any wish their hearts desire. And all 7 teams will fight without restraint or hesitation. And that's not even the best part. By sacrificing the casters' lives, the city of Kyo's defenses will be strengthened 100-fold, leading to 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Truly an astounding feat. Truly a miraculous prospect. It is all right here in Lord Seimei's letter. As I said before, O Minister of the Left, a chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. I see. And you say the only lives that will be sacrificed will be these casters from foreign lands. Indeed. The idea of sacrificing the lives of the capital's guardians for a mere ritual will be the height of folly. But if only the lives of distant foreigners were at stake, that is no matter for concern at all. In that case, the Imperial Holy Grail War must begin at once. Consider this a word from an emperor himself. Ha 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 ha. My Heian Kyou will be known for generations as 1,000-year capital. And that is what happened just a few days ago. It is said Fujiwara no Michinaga appeared to be in truly high spirits. A Holy Grail War? That's what I heard. Wait, you know what a Holy Grail War is? I should have known. What do you mean? I am afraid I don't understand either. But at least Lord Kintoki seems convinced. Whoa, so your wounds are all closed up already? That's amazing. I simply used my self-repair function, of course. Master's healing spells were a great help as well. You're still not 100% though, are ya? Try to take it easy for a while, you hear? Right, thank you. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the Imperial Holy Grail War. It's been about 7 days or so since the Imperial Palace started this ritual thing, in secret. And so far, two of the 7 heroic spirits summoned here have been killed. Not only that, their masters were the other 2 members of the 4 Heavenly Kings. You mean Gatekeeper Usui Sadamitsu and Inspector Urabe no Suetake? Damn, you really know your stuff, don't you? Yep, it was Brother Usui and Uncle Urabe. Anyway, not only did they lose their heroic spirits, they got pretty banged up themselves. The docs said they'll be fine, but they'll need some Arima hot spring therapy for a while. Anyway, the master who managed to kill these 2 heroic spirits was Brother Suna. Watanabe no Suna. That's right. Suna's about as strong as they come. Even our boss lady Raiko, the current leader of the Genji, said he was the single most powerful warrior in the entire human world. Of course, that hasn't stopped him from claiming the only opponents he's comfortable with are monsters and such. The most powerful warrior in the human world. Things might be a little different if you start including non-humans, but even so, there's a reason Raiko said that. I mean, you saw him yourselves, right? Yes. He's incredibly strong, yeah. The way he's going now, Suna is a clear favorite to win the whole Imperial Holy Grail. Master. I know. I agree. After all, while it could be this Imperial Holy Grail War is simply a variant of the traditional Holy Grail War, it is odd that there was no mention whatsoever of the Holy Grail in question. It is far too big an error to merely be an oversight. So the much more likely explanation is that this is Limbo's trap. Limbo? What's that? Ah yes, allow me to explain. Caster of Limbo, also known as the alter ego Limbo, is an irredeemably evil monk that... Now I got you. And you two are trying to nail this creep to the wall, huh? That's right. We suspect Limbo's true name is Ashiya Douman, the Onmyoji. Don't say. the details of Douman's death had never been made clear in human history, so it's entirely possible that he could still be alive in 1008, the 5th year of Kanko. We do not yet know what connection, if any, Limbo has to the living, breathing Douman. May have to the living, breathing Douman, but this Grail War itself would almost certainly be his work, no? But wasn't the whole thing Abe no Seimei's idea? Yeah, that's right. Lord Seimei is the guy who originally came up with the Imperial Holy Grail War thing. But there's some room for doubt on that. Is there now? In our circles, it is generally believed that Lord Seimei passed away in the 2nd year of Kanko, but... is that so? Yeah, Lord Seimei might look young, but he's actually pretty old. There's been rumors for a long time that he's actually the 2nd or even 3rd to bear the name. So it wouldn't surprise me that if it all got passed down to future generations. But anyway, I think there was a month ago when Lord Seimei disappeared to who knows where. We only learned about this Imperial Holy Grail War from a letter he sent. That does sound suspicious, right? Boss Raiko tried to tell the Minister of the Left that we shouldn't be so quick to trust something we know nothing about. But that rat bastard, his Imperial Magistrate, just laughed and said a few foreign casters' lives were a small price to pay for 1,000 years of peace. And that ain't all. The guy who's basically running the whole Onmyo borough in Lord Seimei's absence is Lord Ashia Douman. That's crazy suspicious. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, part of that's cause what she told me about this Limbo guy. But it's all cause, well, Lord Douman's always been something of a schemer. Though I guess you could say the same about the Minister of the Left and Lord Seimei too. I see. Sure are a lot of schemers here. It sounds like. Anyway. Well. As far as I know, this city's a hotbed of the worst kind of stuff. Conspiracies, assassination, curses, you name it. Sure, we ain't even had anything as outright crazy as this Imperial Holy Grail War before. But I've heard stories about plenty of other kinds of spells, good and bad alike. Good people, evil people, they all die by the cartload here. Take just a few steps off the main roads, and you're about guaranteed to run into monsters. Or Oni, or Tsuchigumo. And there's all the manners of Bando rebels out in Azuma province. Don't give a flying fig about Kyo's authority. So yeah, let's just say us Heian warriors have got our work cut out for us. Trust me, the city's way scarier than anything I saw on the mountain where I grew up. That might be what this all boils down to, really. The whole real reason the Minister of the Left decided to pin all his hopes on this Imperial Holy Grail War to provide Kyo with 1,000 years of peace. Might because there ain't no other chance at peace otherwise. I wish, huh? I guess the one thing all the masters taking part in this Imperial Grail have in common is that they all got some kind of wish they want granted. Lord Kintoki, why did you put down your axe? What are you doing with your glove? Kintoki, your hand. Command spells? Oh yeah, that's what these glowing red marks are called, ain't it? Yep, as it turns out, I'm actually one of the Imperial Holy Grail War Masters myself. So you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you might just be my servant, Drake. What? Oh, I don't like that sound. Ah, how pleasant. How very pleasant indeed to have one's plans go so swimmingly. A ritual that could not possibly exist in any hypothetical version of human history. The impossible Imperial Holy Grail War. Indeed, this represents the culmination of all the independent research I conducted as a disciple of the Form God. So I do hope you enjoyed this pseudo-parallel world I have created, including all the many personal touches I have added to better suit my tastes. My dear Chaldeans, when all is said and done, the last laugh will be mine. So please, do enjoy what I have in store for you, right to the very end. Okay, big boy assassin mobs. They could be Dragon Tooth Warriors. Or... Nah, they're more like Dragon Tooth Warriors. Gotcha. Guess I had it all wrong then. I wish I knew what to say. Don't worry about it. It's my 4K for my own hopes up. I mean, it's still disappointing, but I'll get over it. So you're not a servant after all, huh? Instead, the servant's this lady, and she's more of a scout rather than a spellcaster. I don't get it. You do not? You do not? Oh. I suppose I just assumed you understood the situation based on what Lord Suna said earlier. Oh. So that's why Suna let you guys go. I thought it was weird for him to give up on a target like that. Now I gotcha. It's all cause you weren't the quarry he was looking for in the first place. That explains a lot. Alright. Hang on. If you two don't have anything to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War, then what in the world are you? No, battery! Alright. The pruning theoretical phenomena, Lostbelt, space shifting, and singularities, huh? And basically you guys are guests from way in the future. Like tomorrow's tomorrow. Well, a long ways past that, really. Man, this stuff's hard to wrap your head around. But that's okay, I believe you. And as far as I can tell, you guys ain't the lion type. Besides, it looks like I was so right about something. You are lost, aren't you? True, we are. So you're looking for a way to get home, and you want to find your friends you got separated from, huh? Now we're talking. Don't worry, I'll be back home in a flash. Well, I guess I'm not be that easy. But the point is, don't worry. Whatever it takes to get you back to this Chaldea place, I'll figure it out. I'll get you home safe and sound. You have my word. Of course, that goes for you too, servant lady. Thank you for your help. I am deeply grateful for your kindness. Don't worry about it. Everyone needs help sometimes, right? Besides, It's not like I got anywhere to go either. What do you mean? You are one of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings, are you not? During this time period, Lady Minamoto no Raiko was charged by the Minister of the Left with the task of keeping the city of Kyo safe. So as one of her most prized retainers, surely you must have a house or two on your own. Or perhaps Lady Raiko has put you up in her own house. Well, how can I put this? It's complicated. Yeah, I am part of the Genji clan, and one of the 4 Heavenly Kings. But I've, got my reasons for wanting to keep my distance from Raiko right now. Basically, I guess you could say, I kinda ran away. Well, nothing we can do in that case. Ha 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 ha, glad that you can understand. Sorry about that, I wish I had a place you could stay. But the only places that have put you up on my say-so are the ones with ties to the Genji clan. Which means Brother Suna could show up there at any time. So that obviously ain't gonna work. I've been staying out of his way alright for the past few days, but now he said he's gonna take a look at my hand the next time he sees me. Well, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Hey now, what are you apologizing for? You were in a bind, so I helped you. Nothing else to it. These command spell marks on my hand ain't got nothing to do with you. I can't accept it. I need to make it up to you. Man, you're real stickler for this stuff, huh? Alright. You can owe me a favor then. You know, you're a lot more stubborn than I would have guessed. An ox-drawn carriage at this hour. It must be some court noble on their way back home from a poetry reading or something. Come here, you two. Over this way so you don't get in their way. Right. The ox cart just stopped in front of us. What is... Well, now, this is a surprise. Do tell. What are a tall, handsome man, a young boy in strange clothing, and a beautiful black-haired woman doing all out here in the dead of night? Are you perhaps looking for a place to stay? Oh, thank you for your concern, Miss Noble, but you don't have to worry about us. We're part of the Genji clan. Keeping Kyo safe at night is our duty. I see. The Genji clan, is it? Why are you so formal, Kaido Maru? Come on, get that stick out of your ass. Say! Go on, let your hair down. It's not like we don't know each other already know each other. So what's going on? If you need help, Kyoko, might just be able to provide it. Whoa, Kyoko, it's you. Hey, long time no see, Blondie. So what are you doing out here at this time of night anyway? You looking for someone to help keep your bed warm or something? I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? What was that about my bed? Is that more of your mainland poetry? I don't get it. Well, haha. Don't worry about it. I was just saying it the first thing that came to my mind. Are you? Hey now, cut that out. Has anyone taught you it's rude to stare? Say Shonagun? Oh. Well, no, I haven't heard the name in a long time. Did you read a copy of my work or something? Bit of a bookworm, too. Read anything good lately? I found something recently, that is so. Wait, hang on, have we met before? Maybe back when I was still in the palace? Nah, that can't be it. You'd still have been a little kid back then. Really? I wonder how old she actually is then. Whoa there, Drake. There are two things you should never discuss with Kyoko. Her age and her name. She's put a lot of work to making herself look young. You hear? You see? Her real age is... Wahaha! Say! Ow! Lord Kentucky. Lord Kentucky, could you please tell us how you came to know this lady? Oh, let me see. Well, I can't say exactly which family she's from, but Kyoko here is a genuine noble. I know you two might not have any business with the palace right now, but if you're going to be staying around the city, it wouldn't hurt to take this chance to introduce yourselves. As for me, well, back when I was a kid who just couldn't get used to life in the big city, let's just say she helped me out of a few jams. Yep, that about sums it up. I know it might look it, but I actually love helping people out. I see. According to the stories told in the Edo period, Lord Kentucky was born several years before Lady Sei Shonagon. But in reality, it seems Lady Sei Shonagon was actually the older of the two. Of course, this would hardly be the first time a heroic spirit did not exactly line up with their real-life counterpart. I mean, in my case, I am a puppet, so... Anyway, what's going on tonight? Oh, does it have anything to do with the Lord Michiganaga's latest scheme? Haha. As if that narrowed it down. Considering how many schemes he's always got going on. Nah, I just ran away from home, and I'm still running. I see. Did something happen back at the main Genjin house? Or maybe Lord Mitsunaka demanded Lady Raiko to give up her leadership position. It's going down like how I think it's going down, and Lord Mitsunaka is being a real piece of work. My bet he wants Lady Raiko to give up leadership while keeping her in charge of fighting and stuff, so he can declare one of his other kids leader and force her to form a branch clan entirely. What's the main house got to do with me running away? Nah, this is just my own little screw up. I guess I could have left the city altogether, but there's reasons I need to stick around. So I was just trying to think of a place where we could take shelter for the night. I see. So you need a place that'd be brave enough to take in 3 strange visitors in the middle of the night, huh? Lucky for you, I know just the place. Whoa, you do? I sure do. I'd invite you guys to stay at my place, but 3 new guests all at once would be a little much for a semi-retired woman like me. Now come on follow me. Let's get moving again, driver. Yes, ma'am. You get in the carriage with Kyoko, Danzo. Don't want you tripping in the dark and making your injuries worse. Thank you, but I will stay by Master's side. It's okay, Danzo. You should ride in the carriage. But what about... It's okay. Get as much rest as you can. Understood. Thank you. Well, looks like you and me are walking then, Drake. Man, this sure is a heck of a coincidence running into you guys out here like this. Lucky I did too. These days, not even the main roads are completely safe. Sure can't hurt to have a warrior of Genji around, just in case. I see. Speaking of Sei Shonagon and the Genji, I believe her brother, Lord Kiyohara... Well, that went by too fast. No Mune Nobu eventually loses his life to someone from the Genji family. Not that I can say anything about that now. The main roads are usually pretty safe. But things have been weird, even on them, the last few days. Last few days, huh? Whoa there. Looks like Kyoko was telling the truth, Drake. There's something dead ahead. I see you. Don't worry, Danzo. You stay put. Me and Drake can handle it ourselves.
水着剣豪いざ参るとか言っちゃうか私。
熱を帯びなさいマルミアドワーズ。熱を帯びなさいマルミアドワーズ。
腰が違うのよ腰が。チャンバラ上等ガンガンいくわ。豪快にひらめいた。ガー
誇りにかけて
剣圧にて海を断つ。櫓のごとくクジラマン大入道ご剣断。いざ魔剣破り受けたまわる。
受けるがいい。誇りがかけるように。そこですそこです。
魔剣豪照り返す太陽はじける水しぶき。かわいい女の子。水着大好き。
Sorry, I'm just looking for a servant with low bond. Well, close to leveling up on bond. Just go for it with Hokusai for now.
用心棒ここに水産。満足するまで遊び倒します。
早炊きですカレーより。運命をかけた戦いであれば
チャンバラ上等ガンガン行くわ。兵法無尽お見せしましょう。レー剣豪バックオーイエーセレクシン My name is 武蔵宮本。
熱を帯びなさいマルミアドワーズ。早炊きですカルウェナ。
腰が違うのよ腰が。ヒュー剣圧にて海を断つ。櫓のごとくクジラマン大入道ご剣断。いざ魔剣破り受けたまわる。
先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。
There, that's the last of them. Nice job. Thanks, you too. Anyone hurt? No? Great. These kinds of battles don't bother me at all, but Is there something else that's bothering you? Well, it's just... I'm a little unsure about what to do. Okay, we're here. What is this place? Ever heard of the Tale of Genji? It's all the rage in Kyoto right now. Well, its author, Murasaki Shikibu, lives here. Oh yeah, she's from this time too, isn't she? Is Lady Murasaki a friend of yours, say Kyoko? Nah, I've never met her. You haven't? But I bet anything she's like the graceful noble woman's noble woman. I'm sure she's the type of girl who'd never abandon anyone in trouble. Come on, she's gotta be too old to be called a girl by now, right? Say. Ow. Anyway, the point is we arrived in Murasaki Shikibu's house. She's a lady in waiting for Empress when she's not writing stories, she works at the palace. I don't know if I'd feel right asking someone we've never met before to put us up for the night. In that case, just tell her Kusa no Iori sends her regards. I'm pretty sure, no, I'm positive she'll know what that means. Ha ha ha. Alright, my house is over there, so this is where we part. See you guys some other time. Bye, Kikyo. Oh my god. Kyoko. Thanks for your help. Wait. We just ran into some monsters not too long ago. Is it not dangerous to travel along the main road at night with only a bare minimum of attendants? Not necessarily. Noble carriages like that always have several Shikigami with them. They might not be able to be handled as Tsuchigumo, but those are kept out by the bounded field, the Omyo Bureau, set up around the main roads anyway. But the carriage Shikigami can handle smaller monsters that come around no problem. Well, I didn't know Heian security was so thorough. Personally, I just as soon as not have to depend on any Omyoji for help. But times being what they are, I can't afford to be picky. Shikigami. Then why did you and Master defeat those monsters we encountered earlier? Oh, that, well, I was just sort of giving Kyoko a show to thank her for her help. And I totally enjoyed it. But that doesn't mean you should take too many risks out there, okay? Because if there's one thing I hate, it's people dying young from a little mischief that got out of hand. Alright, I'm really going now. Good night! Okay, let's ask this Lady Murasaki to put us up. I'm sorry. I do beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I just don't understand what this is all about. For starters, who in the world is this Kyoko person you mentioned? I recognize you as Lord Sakata Kintoki. Keep wanting to say Sataka. Of the Genji family, of course. I've seen you around Lord Michinaga's mansion a number of times. That's me, and here I thought we were meeting each other for the first time. Sorry for not recognizing you from the minister of the left's place. Oh no, that's quite alright. I mean, what is it that brings you to my house at this hour of the night, Lord Kintoki? Did I make a terrible mistake at the palace or something? In retrospect, we should probably have expected she'd respond like that. I agree, Lord Drake. Do forgive us for intruding so late. Don't worry, Lady Murasaki. You didn't do anything wrong. I only use that name when I'm writing, so please just call me Karuko. Oh, okay, got it. Anyway, don't worry. I know Brother Suna likes to play at being an officer, but that ain't my thing. We ain't here to bring you in for any wrongdoing at all. Actually, we kinda need your help. Huh? Gasp at the realization. Come to think of it, Lord Watanabe no Suma did appear to be dressed like a police officer. And yet, as far as my records show, there's no mention of him actually serving as such. Huh? Really? So that's how things are in the future? You don't have exact records of anything and everything, huh? Eh? See? Suna's not exactly a typical police proper officer. When he was first ordered to protect the city, he said it was only right for him to learn how to be an officer too. He went to the bureau on his own and asked them to make him one. He's nothing if not responsible, that's for sure. Huh? Records? Lord Suna? Karuko. Yes? Kusa no Iori said to give you her regards. Kusa no Iori? Kusa no... Then that must be... I see, Lady Seishonagon sent that message, did she? Even though I've never met her in the palace, or even so much spoken to her. I see. Very well. I suppose it would be rude of me to turn away guests on such a cold night. All right, I'll have a room made for you. Well, 2 rooms since you have a woman accompanying. Oh no. No, my battery. That's quite all right. Pay me no mind. It is my duty to keep Master safe. First and foremost, after all. So I would ask you to let us share a room, if that is all right. Yep, we just prefer one. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. That'd probably be for the best, given the circumstances. I see. Very well. I'll convey your wishes to the servants. Are you truly certain about this? We are. Please pay it no mind. I see. Very well then. You're very, open-minded, aren't you? And free-spirited, judging from your manner of dress. Whew. It's good to finally take a load off. I'll have to make this up to Kyoko somehow. And to Lady Karuko, of course. Master Lord Drake. We have been finding a great deal from the mountain be ray-shifted here, so please, get some rest. I will focus on doing the same. You'd better. I don't want you to push yourself until you're covered. You're too kind, Master. Rest assured, I will be back in peak condition by tomorrow morning. And most importantly, I can finally begin following my original itinerary. Whoa, the servants even laid out a shit tone. I have no idea if I'm saying this right. Probably not. She tone for us. That's real considerate of him. She tone. That's the kind of mat used for sleeping, correct? And they gave us hot water too. Hehe. This is a real nice change of pace after several days of camping out. Plus, I'd stayed out there. If I'd stayed out there, I'd probably be a matter of time till Raiko found me and gave me a good scolding. I can almost hear her telling me, "You're no longer on the mountain where you grew up, King Toki." Makes me just nervous just thinking about it. I was kinda hoping we could get Raiko to help us too. Get Raiko to help us, huh? True, Raiko's definitely be willing to believe all the crazy stuff he told me. She's a lot more open-minded than most warriors, that's for sure. But, now's not a good time. See, Boss Raiko hasn't really been herself lately. She's been holding up in her place since the Imperial Holy Grail War started. And she didn't even come out when she heard the brother Usui and Uncle Urabe had been injured. I don't know if she's just broken up about the idea, or feeling Genjin infighting among herself, or she's one of the masters too. Senpai! Master! Foe! Ah! What the? Are those ghosts? Oh wait, anyway. Aha. I think if this is the kind of thing somewhere before. Some kind of sorcerer omeo spell of yours. You mean someone developed a method of video transmission? Even the Heian period? But never mind that now. Master, in accordance with our original plan, I have activated my full functionality, and I have succeeded in establishing contact with Novum Chaldea. Where do you go, Danzo? You are too kind, Master. Novum Chaldea. So this is the place that's far, way off beyond tomorrow. Damn, this is really something. Good, the video connection is holding steady too. I can see you, Danzo, and... Oh, is that... the Sakata Kintoki of Heian Kyou? Thank goodness you're both okay. And I see you've already managed to secure help from one of the locals. Does this mean you two were able to race shift then? I'm afraid so. That's correct, Master. Did something interfere with the race shift? We believe so, and Leosine's calculations say that's the most likely explanation as well. Both Lady Mash and I were unable to race shift there, and instead were left behind here at Novum Chaldea. We quickly tried to race shift again, of course, but it failed in the same way. It appears that the advanced jamming technique method that bypasses every anti-interference safeguard we have in place. We're looking for a way around it, but we're still have yet to come up with anything. I'm sorry, Master. Damn you, Limbo! I'm glad to see you safe, but the situation isn't great. The reason you and Kato Danzo were the only two able to race shift there successfully is because whoever was interfering with it considers you two special cases. In other words, you're basically welcome guests. I see. So nobody besides us is welcome here. But who would be the one inviting us? I'm sorry, that was foolish of me. This has Limbo written all over it. Yes, I agree. That is most certainly the case. Sorry to butt in, but there's a lot of things going on that I'm make sure of. So, the kinds you guys there came here are back at the Chaldea place, yeah. That right? Got it. That's great news. This means we don't have to run around searching Kyo for them, right? Yes, that's true. I feel as though we may be saying the same thing in different ways, but yes, that means we don't have to. We've achieved one of our goals, though, without acting. Actually, that makes two, since we managed to find a local willing to help us, and that just leaves investing and repairing the singularity. Right. This puts us in a much better spot now that we're in right after our raid shift. Indeed, it does. Now we can finally begin our operation in earnest. There you go. That's the spirit. Starts choking from having your back slapped. Ah, Master! Oh, hey there, tiny pretty one. What's your deal? You're not just an ordinary kid, I sense something powerful from you. Are you an Omnuji, a sage? Maybe some kind of Tengu? Not that I know, even if they got those in your time. Was the tiny part really necessary? Oh well, I can roll with it. I can't deny that I'm pretty in this young form. Anyway, I'm Leonardo da Vinci, a friend of Drake's an unparalleled genius. Damn, so you're honest to goodness prodigy. Huh, that's real impressive. I'm Sakata Kintoki, Genji Warrior. Nice to meet you. And I'm Sherlock Holmes. It's a pleasure, Sakata Kintoki. Oh? Looks like we got yet another new guy here. And there's something about him that reminds me of Lord Seimei. Man, Chaldea must be a hell of a place. Alright. I think I better hurry up because the battery's running out. Hello, Danzo. Explicit invite. Team yes, Limbo, natural. Alright. I think I'm gonna end it here. because my battery's down. I don't want the stream to end abruptly. Though I think we're not too far off. I'll come back to it before. I'll come back to it. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first 3 chapters of Lostbelt 5.5. Hopefully I can get back to it tomorrow. I'll be streaming a little early based on my schedule tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like and subscribe to the video for more Lostbelt content. I should be streaming this the rest of the week, and possibly the week after. I honestly forgot how many chapters are in this Lostbelt. But until then, and then we got the Lostbelt 6 Road to 7 in JP, as well as the Lostbelt 7 campaign mid-December. So, a lot of Lostbelt content coming up, and I'll try to be streaming that when that happens. So until then, like and subscribe, and this is Tyrant signing out.